telescope is an extension of its owner that allows us to peer into the universe to see nature on the grandest scale, with wonders that boggle the imagination. Okay, this is Galaxy Log for January of 2022, and I have it subtitled Cold, Clear, Great Warm Night, which I'll explain that subtitle in the summary. Okay, the first galaxy I went to is in Lynx, and it's NGC 2320. Here's a closer view of the field of where 2320 lies and from Stellarium Web. And here's the near view image. The date is January 3rd of 2022. Also have NGC 2322 with it, and I'll explain on that. Here's the particulars of the galaxies. 2320 is fairly bright. It's 11.9 magnitude. It's 12.1. Small though. It's an E4 type galaxy, and it's out there pretty far at 280 million light years. 2322, which is much fainter, decent surface brightness. It's also small. It's a spiral type galaxy, and it's out there around 300 million light years. So they're not true companions in the universe. So the telescope was my 8.2-inch f3.9 with a chroma corrector. Eyepiece for this near view image is a 5mm, which gave me 178 magnification. And the sky conditions were excellent. It was a really good night. Really good transparency, and fairly good steady scene as the night went on. So here is 2320, and it had like a little oval shape with a brighter core area and a little stellar nucleus. This star right here is field star. It's about 9th magnitude. It kind of was in the way a little bit when viewing 2320, but I was able to train my eye to keep the star's glare at bay and see a little bit more of the galaxy. And even though I knew on the charts that 2322 was there, I didn't expect to see it at 13.8 magnitude. But the sky was really good this night, and it's in a good part of the sky at this dark site. Very good part of the sky. And it was almost overhead. It was actually overhead when I was viewing it. So as I was viewing 2320, I kind of out of the corner of my eye, of course using averted vision also, I kept seeing this little glow to the southeast, and I said, oh, that must be 2322. So I trained my eye to look in this region here, and sure enough, there it was. There's the galaxy. You see this elongated glow with a slightly brighter core area. And as I realized, okay, there is 2322, I was able to see a little bit more of it. But it was basically, a faint elongated glow with a little bit brighter core. And then, I was able to get both galaxies in the same field of view, and, as far as be able to view them together. And it made for an interesting view. Even though 2320 is 20 million light years closer, being a big elliptical galaxy, it definitely is the much brighter of the two. But overall, it made for an interesting view in the telescope. Okay, next galaxy, we went into Camelopardalis, and it's an IC galaxy. You don't hear much with IC galaxies with smaller telescopes, but this one happens to be pretty bright. So IC 334. Here's a closer up field view of IC 334. And here's my near view image. And you can see here's the particulars. It's like I said, for an IC galaxy, it's fairly bright. I mean, it's 11.3 magnitude, fairly decent surface brightness. A little bit larger than the previous galaxies we were just looking at, and it's a spiral peculiar galaxy, I have it rated. Its distance is a little closer. It's it's a lot closer, 120 million light years. And with this view, I was using a 7mm eyepiece, which gave me 127 magnification. First thing I noticed, it lies in a really nice, rich field. It gave me a nice view of just with the field stars. And the galaxy stood out well. Like I said, for an index catalog galaxy, it's very bright. It had like this maybe oval or fan shape to it, and I noticed that you could see the stellar nucleus, the faint stellar nucleus, and I noticed that it seemed like the nucleus was offset a little bit, that you could see more galaxy to the south of the nucleus. And if you look at images of this galaxy, you can see what I was seeing. But it was a really nice view. I'm anxious actually to get the 12-inch and then my future 20-inch on this galaxy to see how much more detail I can get. If you look at some images of this galaxy, it does really have some interesting detail to it. But the view itself here with the 8.2 was actually pretty darn good. I really enjoyed it, and as I said, it was interesting that it had this, like I said, this more galaxy that was to the south of the nucleus, and I was picking that up. So for an IC galaxy, this is definitely one to go for if you have a medium-sized telescope. And a large telescope will be interesting to see what kind of more detail you can pick up. Okay, for our last galaxy, for this galaxy log, we stay in Camelopardalis, and it's the bright galaxy NGC 2655. Now, if you're just star hopping to get to this galaxy, it kind of lies in nowhere's land. Camelopardalis doesn't have a lot of bright stars, so you may want to use other avenues, like maybe Ursa Major, and some of the brighter stars there to locate the galaxy, or even Polaris. Once you're in that area of where 2655 lies, it's fairly easy to see and find them. There's two fairly bright field stars that it almost lies between. So here's my near view image. I have a split image. One of the things I want to mention is it's also an ARP. It's ARP 225. So here's the particulars of this galaxy. It's a bright galaxy, 10.1 magnitude. Surface brightness isn't too bad. It's a fairly decent sized galaxy, the type of galaxy it is, and its distance 65 million light years, which makes it a lot closer than the other galaxies we've done so far here with this galaxy log. So I have a split image, and the reason is I have a new eyepiece, 12.5mm eyepiece, and wanted to view the galaxy with it. It gave me a 71 magnification, and it was a really nice view. Here's those two brighter field stars, and here's the galaxy. I really thought this was a really nice view, wide field view of the galaxy. Galaxy stood out really, really well. Bright stellar nucleus, bright core area, and a faint round disk. And because the night was so good, I decided to stick a 3.2mm eyepiece in there, which gave me 279 magnification. And now, this is a non-driven telescope, Dob, but the Dob mount really works really well. So I was able to view the telescope, or view this galaxy with this telescope fairly easy at this high magnification. And the Galaxy rewarded me with a really bright stellar nucleus, bright core region, and this faint round disk around it. Now there's more Galaxy also than this, and from a darker sight and larger telescope, pick up a little bit more Galaxy, a little more detail. But I thought the view here was really good. And you can also, if you have a smaller telescope, you can view this Galaxy. I have notes from some years back with a 4-inch refractor. It was a 4-inch f10 refractor that I viewed this Galaxy with, and it stood out pretty well. Bright, it showed as a bright core and bright nucleus. So it's easy to view with a smaller telescope. Trick if you're a non-go-to telescope is finding it, but you'll be rewarded with a really nice view of a really nice Galaxy. I do plan on coming back to this Galaxy with the larger scopes, the 12-inch and my future 20-inch, and I'll do another near view image of it for Galaxy Log and talk about that and see how much more detail I can pick out with higher magnification and so on. So, but I really recommend this Galaxy if you're looking for Galaxy you may never seen before, that's bright and easy to see in smaller telescopes. And like I said, the only trick is if you're using a non-go-to telescope is just to locate the Galaxy. But if you get into that general region, it's fairly easy to see because, like I said, you have these two fairly decent bright field stars. Okay, this is a summary of this month's Galaxy Log. First, the dark site. It's my usual site that I've been using now for like a year and a half or so. It's a good dark site. It's only a 30-minute drive north of me, but has good elevation and it's surrounded by large wooded area. Here's the Google Earth at night shot. It's not too bad. Then I have this view here of it's near the end of, it was actually at the end of my night, and I used my Samsung Galaxy S21 in night mode to take a picture of the Orion area, and turned out really well. This is just handheld and shot, but it gives you an idea. It was a really good transparent night, and like I said, not too bad of a dark site. It's not my darkest site that I go to, but it's still a good dark site. And on a night like this, when you have the transparency that really good, it really helps. Here's the telescope. It's the Bresser 8.2-inch f3.9 with a GSO coma corrector, a Roger Quick Finder, and an Astro Goods custom Dob mount. Really good combination. I really like it. You can see here's my observing chair, and be able to sit and observe is really nice. The mount works flawlessly, really smooth, no sticking, whatever. And the optical quality of this telescope is really good. And I know I've talked about this telescope in previous Galaxy Logs, but it's a hybrid. A lot of people use this for some really amazing wide field imaging. But I found that this thing does really good also for visual. With the coma corrector, it's really good. Really good optical quality in this telescope. As far as eyepieces, for NGC 2320 and 2322, was a Celestron XL LX 5mm. These are really fine eyepieces. I enjoy using these eyepieces in the smaller scopes. For IC 334 was a Celestron XL LX 7mm. Now for NGC 2655 in the wider field shot was a new eyepiece. It was the Baader Morpheus 12.5mm. This was actually first night using this eyepiece, and really good eyepiece, exceptional eyepiece. I was very, very pleased with the image quality of this eyepiece. The comfort, you have 20 millimeter eye relief, big field of view is like 76-degree field of view. Just really good overall image quality. Very similar to what a Pentax in this area, in this focal area, and or a Delos. I'm very, very pleased with what I saw in this eyepiece. I think the first first view I had with this using this eyepiece and telescope that night was actually the Crab Nebula, and it was just a wonderful view. It's hard to pull my eye away from the view. It was just a really great view of the Crab, and I ended that night looking at M81 and M82 together in the same field of view, and yeah, that was hard to say, okay, enough's enough, time to pack it up. But really a great view. Very pleased with this eyepiece. Then for the higher magnification of 2655, it was just a BST 3.2 millimeter. Nice eyepiece, nice little eyepiece. Not a big field of view, about 58-degree field of view. Image quality though, really good. It gave a really nice high power view of NGC 2655. So yeah, it's not a bad eyepiece for the price. Now I want to talk about another thing that I haven't talked about before, and it's about comfort and staying warm on, especially if you're living in the northern part of the country or colder environments. Comfort is such a big thing, and I've learned that over many years of observing in really cold temperatures, even sub-zero temperatures that I've observed in. Like this night was cold. It wasn't real cold, but it was cold. It was 18 degrees. Winds from 5 to 12 miles an hour. So I got wind chills of 11 to 5 degrees. Now over the years, I always had the layer thing, and with the pants, layers of sweatpants and so on. And I had other types of boots that were good, but I wanted to upgrade. So these were two of my newest things that I've gotten. The pants, the newest, and it has the thermalite insulation. It's lightweight but really warm. And all I had underneath was a pair of good long johns that I got, and also then a medium thickness sweatpants, and then these over top. And it was actually, I didn't feel a thing. Even with the wind, there was nothing. Actually, it might have been slightly too warm. I probably could have got away with just the long johns and these pants. So definitely worked. And as far as the boots, I got these boots actually last year, and that, with a 2,000 gram 3M Thinsulate. I also got, like even with my previous boots, were pretty good too, a size or a size and a half larger than I usually take. And the reason is that way I can put thicker socks in, because you don't want to cramp your feet. You don't want to cut off any kind of circulation. So you want to get oversized boots for when you're observing. And they're also lightweight. They're actually a little bit lighter, even though they're warmer, better insulated than my older boots. They're actually lighter too. But my feet were nice and warm. And as you all know, if your feet go, it's over. It's over. For my upper body, I have the long underwear, and then a t-shirt. Then I have a nice hooded, heavy fleece sweatshirt. And then I have a nice oversized parka. And that's the other thing too. My parka is also oversized. I'm a fairly big guy in the shoulders and chest, so I needed I think it's like XXX parka. But that way I can also layer underneath if I needed heavier sweatshirts, because you don't want to be uncomfortable like that. So because the more comfortable you are, and of course being warm and so on, it's so much better to observe not only the comfort of not being cold, but also when you're observing, if your body's comfortable, you're going to see a lot more through the telescope. So it really helps your eyesight, say, of looking through the telescope. But these two have were really the final things I really needed to really make sure that even on the coldest nights that I'm going to be warm. And so they're highly recommended. Well, that's it for this month's Galaxy Log. Clear dark skies and happy galaxy observing. Oh, and stay warm.